please, Gary, go ahead.
Aloha, aloha, aloha. Aloha, aloha, aloha. Aloha, aloha, aloha. Oh God, make me a hollow reed from which the pith of self hath been blown, that I may become a clear channel through which thy love may flow to others. Oh God, make me a hollow reed from which the pith of self hath been blown, that I may become a clear channel through which thy love may flow to others. Yeah.
O mój Boże, zjedno serce sług Twoich i objawim Twój wielki cel. Niechaj będą posłuszne Twoim przekazaniom i przestrzegają Twoich praw. Pomóż im, o Boże, w ich staraniach i dodaj sił, aby Tobie służyli. O Boże, nie zdawaj ich na same siebie, ale kieruj ich krokami światłem swojej wiedzy i uraduj ich serce swoją miłością. Zaprawdę, Ty jesteś ich wspomożycielem i ich Panem.
You're muted, Bruce.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Empire, can you say a prayer? Welcome. They tell me to call you Empire, but I'm not used to that. Empire, could you say a prayer, please?
Jina lako Mungu ndilo kuponywa kwangu, na kukumbuka wewe ni kimbilio langu. Jina lako Mungu ndilo kuponywa kwangu, na kukumbuka wewe ni kimbilio langu. Kuwa karibu na wewe ndiyo dawa yangu. Huruma yako kwangu ni kiponyesho changu. Huruma yako kwangu ni kiponyesho kionyesho changu na msaada wangu katika ulimwengu na ule ujao. Wewe hakika ni mwenye baraka zote, ajuu waye yote na uliye mwerevu.
Thank you very much, everyone. I'm welcoming every single one of you, particularly Pat Coles, whom I'm seeing after a very, very long time. Pat, we are very proud of you, very proud of you. Empire, thank you for participating tonight. There are other friends who are participating that I would like to thank them. Gary, thank you. I know how busy you are, and you always try to get here on time. I really appreciate it. Michaela, as well as Shu. Shu, thank you for being here. Tonight, friends, we have a gift. A gift. Louise is a gift to us. And I am so very grateful that she accepted to come and actually give this presentation for the last fireside we will have for this session, this season, and we will start after the summer holidays. Let me read her very short bio for you. Louise Profeit-LeBlanc is a member of Nacho, Nyak First Nation in northeastern Yukon. She has traveled the world as a cultural ambassador and enjoys sharing her artistic talents as a traditional storyteller, keeper, writer, speaker, textile artist, poet, and mentor for the younger generation. The Baha'i community of Canada has had the opportunity and honor to have had Louise as a member of the National Spiritual Assembly of the Baha'is of Canada for a long time. Louise, thank you for joining us tonight, and she will be speaking about beauty and perfection in everything. Welcome.
There, I'm unmuted. That's a new word in the English language. You are muted. That word wasn't around before we had this technology. So greetings, everybody. I'm so happy to be with you here today. My husband and I had a beautiful day of service to our community because today is a national campaign that's occurring right across Canada for Indigenous women who have been murdered or are missing. And they're trying to raise the consciousness of the whole country. So we spent several hours preparing and then carrying out a special ceremony for the community. So I just wanted to say that it was lovely to see all these people. There was drumming, we had a smudge. We went down to the river and we offered tobacco as part of our commitment to the protection of women and their children, and also for the saddened hearts of those people who have lost their loved ones in this way. So with that, I'd just like to offer this short prayer before I start so I can call on my ancestors to help. Sometimes technology works, sometimes not. There's a little trickster in the technology. And so this is actually from the Bob. And for people that haven't studied, the writings of the Bob with regards to arts, I really encourage you to do so. He was an artist. He worked with lovely materials, but he also was a writer, calligrapher, and I guess anything that he came in touch with became something of beauty. So I'd like to offer this prayer for all of our teachers and also for all of the young people so that they will realize how powerful art is in our lives. The Janakniu Taringiok Ah, no Jigit Ahakju, Yatunatru, Nankishu, Agio Taringi, Tlahogi, Tatnagi, Keagia Yaki Natsat, Ayetsacho, Natsat, Aling. That's from the Bob. So, first, thank you so much, Farouz. So encouraging. So, if we consider everything, yes, I am ready to start. Oh, my husband is going to help me here. Oh, okay. He's putting me on the share. You're screen sharing.
Just a second.
What are you doing? Hey, there. Can you see it in a bigger screen now? Okay, great. Yes, thank you, honey. Thank you very much. So, if we look around us, particularly at this time of the year, we will see that beauty. We will see perfection in everyday things. Even if we were blind, we would see these things because there's more heat. So the sun is coming back. We hear all the birds who've just returned home. If you really had good ears, you could probably hear the buds coming out on the trees. The rivers are flowing. The snow is finally gone. This is the beauty and perfection in everyday things, according to my understanding as an artist and as a person who I see art in everything. The way a person puts their glasses on, it's artistic. So beauty and perfection in everyday things. So I start off with a beautiful sun. This is a sunrise over the Nacho River, where I was born and raised here. And Valhalla says, in the darksome night of despair, my eye turneth expectant and full of hope to the morn of thy boundless favor. And at the hour of dawn, my drooping soul is refreshed and strengthened in remembrance of thy beauty and perfection. So the words of our beloved Baha'u'llah talk to us and give us these two words in succession, beauty and perfection. So this is what we have to have that as our guide. Now, oops, how did I get there? Back. If you read the message from the House of Justice from 3 years ago, it makes, Bob, I have all of these pictures where I can't see the whole message. I hope he's listening. Yeah, we tried this. We tried to run through, but we didn't. See, I still can't see this. The end of this. Okay, wonderful. Oh, so he's given me another screen. So in this message from 2023, which was 2 years ago, I'm sure you're all aware of this. In this paragraph, it talks, it's this last, it's the last paragraph, and it talks about the responsibility that we have of our communities. It said, in this new series of plans, increasing attention needs to be given to other processes that seek to enhance the life of the community. Now, this is the thing. A lot of people are focusing on things that are troubling them, things of the world. But no, Baha'u'llah said that we must seek to enhance the life, not the darkness, the life of the community. If we just look at a brand new little bud that's just come into flower, that's the life of our community. For example, he said, in this message from the House of Justice, they tell us by number one, improving health, protecting the environment, or, which is what I'm going to try and speak to, or drawing more effectively on the power of the arts. What is required for all these elementary aspects of the community's well-being is to advance this, of course, to the capacity so that we can engage in systematic learning. So you can study this particular passage if you like. But I thought I would just remind myself and yourself that this has been with us for a while now. And all of us as artists, I know when I saw that, I got very excited. I thought about all kinds of different projects whereby I could even improve health. If people start to work with their hands, when they start to create, they feel better. They feel better about themselves. So that's part of that. So this one here is not working. Yeah. These are a little pair of what I refer to as coming home boots or coming home moccasins. These are for a newborn. They're made out of tanned moose hide. I made them for a friend. This was her first baby. And Abdul Baha often talked about the station of a craftsperson. And I would like to read this paragraph. He said, it behooveth craftsmen of the world at each moment to offer 1,000 tokens of gratitude at the sacred threshold, to exert their highest endeavor and diligently pursue their professions so that their efforts may produce that which will manifest, again, the greatest beauty and perfection before the eyes of men. Now, we only have to look at a Persian carpet and study it for 5 minutes to realize the advancement in rug making, in carpet making, in making materials, all of these things which were very near and dear to both the Bab and Baha'u'llah. Yes. So in this one here, I think, Bob, you'll have to bring your computer back to me. This box was, I bought this from a secondhand store. It's a beautiful Japanese box, and it's got the beautiful, what is it, like a shellac. It's very shiny. And from the outside, it's just all total black. But on my mother's birthday, she just turned 93 years old. Yeah, I cannot see this. Yeah. Anyways, thank goodness we have 2 computers in our household. So my mother has taught many people crafts. And one of the things that she has taught them is how to do beadwork, to sew each bead, to make a flower, to make a design. And so I got this beautiful Japanese box. I said it was quite cheap. It was beautiful on the inside. It was lined with velvet. And I had many of her students, many of these young people and older women who now have that skill to make a flower. And then I proceeded to put these around this entire box. This is not complete. We put them all around the box. So it was a box of flowers. And she so loved it. And at her birthday, talking about perfection and beauty in all things, at her birthday, everybody put in a little love note into this box for my mother. Yes. Yes, yes. Thank you, Bob. Okay. So these are going to be some of the writings where the Bob helps us to recognize that everything is not stationary, but everything is moving towards its own paradise. Can you imagine? Like this crystal, this beautiful crystal that you can see here, was once a stone. It was once a stone like this, that some beautiful Inuit artist carved out of stone. So if he would maybe waited a couple more 100 years, he could carve it out of crystal. That's just my own little thinking on it. Would somebody care to read this? Iona, could you read this one about the crystal from the Bob, please? Are you there, Iona?
Okay, I'm
Okay,
turning on the audio.
thank you.
No created thing shall ever attain its paradise, unless it appeareth in its highest prescribed degree of perfection. For instance, this crystal representeth the paradise of the stone, whereof its substance is composed. Likewise, there are various stages in paradise. For the crystal itself, so long as it was a stone, it was worthless. But if it attaineth the excellence of ruby, a potentiality which is latent in it, how much a carat will it be worth? Consider likewise every created thing.
Such a thing to think about, that what we would see as being worthless, if it's allowed to reach its highest paradise, it will become worth so much. Yeah. Oh, this is,
That's just a picture.
I know, it's just a picture. I'm going to tell them about the picture, Bob. He's trying to help me. Okay, what are you doing? Okay. So this is just a picture of my garden, but this was last year. So every stone there I see has a potential to become a crystal. But then every plant has its own beauty. And as it sits by another plant, that beauty is enhanced. And this is the thing that people who are painters and people who work with color and work with fabric and work with different natural materials, they get to see this coming together. And this is what we're trying to achieve as humanity, is to bring all of these extremely different things together so that they're one beautiful display of God's creation. No, I can't get it going now.
What's going
I don't know. Oh, okay. Now, speaking of the Holy Land, Faruz, when my husband and I went on pilgrimage in 2018, there was a man working in a garden, and it was on the way to the center there. What was it? The visiting center. And he was taking off all this bark off of some of these palm trees, which, as an artist, I found extremely beautiful. I picked that up and I felt it. I said, oh, this is so beautiful. Do you think I could have it? And I didn't know what his response would be. He said, well, you could have it, but if they take it from you at the airport, then you will have to give it to them. So I got to the airport and they didn't question it at all. So these are the seed pods on the side, and I call this the gate. This is the gate, because these are the 18, on the outside of the bark are the 18 letters of the living. This is how I interpret this particular piece. Now, of course, I use a copper paint because, you know, Baha'u'llah can transmute copper to gold. So that's the meaning of that particular piece. Whosoever possesses power over anything must elevate it. Again, the Bob tells us, to its utmost perfection, that is not to be so that it is not deprived of its own paradise. For example, a paradise of a sheet of paper on which a few excellent lines are inscribed is that it be refined with patterns of gold illumination. And I'm sure that you've seen a lot of these beautiful calligraphies that have all this gold illumination around them and adornment. And these are these patterns of gold illumination, adornment, and excellence that are customary for the most exalted parchment scrolls. Then the possessor of that paper hath elevated it to its utmost degree of glory. I was so full of wonder when I read that from the Bob. And so I started to work on paper. Now, these are like paper. They're like a textile. But does anybody know what these are?
Aren't those seeds from a tree, those little helicopter things?
That's exactly what they are. That's
Yeah.
exactly what they are. But you can transmute them into something else. So what are they? What do they look like now that they're painted?
Geese?
These are women.
I was going to
Mm.
say people sitting in prayer, women seated
Yes,
praying in a group.
yes. You see all
Yes.
the people that are seeing different things in this. This is beautiful. First of all, they were a seed. They were those little helicopter maple seeds. And then you put a little paint on them. And now each one of these women, yes, they're seated in prayer.
It looks like they're turning, looking to their left, like a long obligatory prayer. You look to your left, look to your right, and then, oh, wow.
I love it. I love that you saw that. It is true. Yes. I love it. Take it to the next one. So he's talking about, elevating a piece of paper. This piece here was just a piece of cardboard that something else came in the mail. It was brought to me. So I just trimmed it, and my little friend was having a birthday, and I know that he really likes fish to eat. He likes to fish in a lake. He has little fish in a tank. So I wanted to give this to this young boy. So this is what he's talking about. Should he know of higher degree of refinement and fail to manifest upon it that paper, he would deprive it of its paradise. So I worked at trying to give this piece of paper its paradise. And as an artist, this is our responsibility. Because, he said, he would be held accountable for what thou hast, despite the possession of the means, withheld effusion of grace and favor. So the next time you start to use something or throw it out, and you say to yourself, oh, I could use that for something. So it was folded up, and I unfolded it, and my little friend Elon, his mother was a former she was a former colleague of mine, and she's from Vietnam. Yeah, so that was that. Now, what is this? This is a project that a friend of mine would like to do. He would like to make a total bicycle out of antler. And so this is in his imagination. He probably did this with artificial intelligence or whatever. But so, Bob, I need your screen again. So I already talked a little bit about this, that if we cause anything to be defective.
No, it's working.
No, but I can't see it here.
Oh, I see. It's going.
This and that I can't see too. Anyways, we'll just go to the next one. Friends, what is this?
Medicine circle?
It is a medicine wheel, and
Yeah.
it's all made out, yes, it's all made out of natural stone. So there's the white, which represents the north, and then at the bottom, this is I picked as many. My friend and I picked all of these stones from the red color, and then there's black, grays, blacks, and then over there in the east, I tried to find stones that had yellow in them. And somebody was saying, oh, well, I can hardly tell the difference between the red and the yellow. But at that very same time, a beautiful family came by from China. They were visiting our little community from China. And they said, what is that? And I explained to them that it was a medicine wheel, that it's the 4 directions. And this is what the indigenous people of this area, they use this for teaching. And I said, I tried to find some yellow stones. And he looked at me, he said, it looks like you found them. And he was a painter. And what he does with these types of stones is that he can make paint out of those. So I thought that was very revealing. And this is over at the community center. And it's so amazing because, you know, there's some parts of the community center where people don't really care and they throw garbage here and there. But this stone is protected. It's protected, I think, because of the intention of the circle itself. Oh, I can't get it to go again, Bob. I think we're kind of, yeah, see, this won't work. Okay. Okay. Huh. I wonder how many weavers. Are there any weavers? Not that your last name is Weaver, but does anybody do basketry? This man is from Tobique, from New Brunswick, his name. As you can see, he's got a little bear in one of his baskets. His name is Victor Bear, and he's probably one of the most outstanding basket makers. Now, the sad thing about this, my encounter with this lovely man, I said, do all the children here know how to do this? He said, they do not. He said, and I have tried without any success to train young people to do this. And I was very saddened by that. And so I encourage some of the Baha'is to maybe consider having a youth group with Mr. Bear, and he can teach them how to make beautiful baskets. You see the large basket on the left? Do you know what that basket is used for? That basket is used for potatoes, harvesting potatoes. You see, you put it on your back and you pick the potatoes and you throw it into the basket. That's a very special basket for people who grow potatoes there. This is, I found the wood, this piece of wood, you know, that you're not supposed to throw anything away that could have potential. And the painting is on this wood. So the wood that this painting is on, I found in Belize. And it was just laying there. And it was perfectly sanded. It was such a lovely piece of wood. So I brought it home. And for a couple of years, I wanted to make something special for Bob and myself for our anniversary. Now, this is the design that I designed for our wedding invitation. At the top, you'll see his teeth. My husband was invited to be part of the wolf clan. So the top part represents a wolf, and there's his teeth, his big nose, and he's got some stuff coming around him. The bottom is a picture or a painting, a rendering of a raven, and that's my clan. So Bob's clan is the wolf, and my clan is the raven, which is at the bottom. And if you look very closely at it, you will see that I have my wing under his head. And so we're joined together in this holy marriage. that God has given every couple. So that's that for our anniversary. Look at these lovely young women. These people are from Saskatchewan, and they're waiting to get on the powwow grounds. Now that is beauty in everyday life for them. That every part of their regalia, their dresses and everything, they're learning how to make these things so they can walk in beauty. To thank him for this, make ye a mighty effort and choose for yourself a noble goal. Through the power of faith, obey ye the teachings of God and let your actions conform to his laws. Now, when I saw this photograph, I thought to myself, these young women look so noble, and they have the eagle feathers holding up. And when they are on the powwow ground, on the dancing ground, they just move just so gently in their regalia. Say, verily we have perfected our handiwork in the creation of the heavens. I think I showed another photograph of the heavens. But he said, the creation of the heavens, earth, and whatever lieth between them, in all things will ye not then behold? So if people are looking for inspiration for painting, if they're looking for inspiration for composing a song, for inspiration for whatever craft they might do, just look to the heavens. I thought I would throw this one in. I was so touched by the beautiful people from Newfoundland. And my husband and I went to Newfoundland and I gave a storytelling session there. Now, they just don't pile up their wood like other people in this area. They compose, they make this beautiful fish of a wood pile. I thought that was pretty fantastic. And of course, there's the guard dog there watching the wood. But they cut most of their wood in the summer and they have to pile it somewhere, and somebody just gets very creative with it. I thought you might enjoy that one. And this is a turtle shell, as people can see. There are 13 of these dividing pieces on the turtle's shell, and those represent the 13 moons. So the turtle shell is actually of the feminine, according to Indigenous artists. So these mark the 13 months of the menstrual cycle for women. It's a calendar, actually. They call it their calendar. And I had placed this turtle shell out in our little porch coming onto our house, and I would find all kinds of things in nature. Feathers, and this here is a little hornet's nest. I would place that on there. And eventually, the turtle became something quite spectacular, the turtle shell. Yeah. Now, this is some thatching. This is what the people in the Yucatan and in the Mayan countries in Belize, on the right-hand side, this is what they do. They make thatching out of the palms. But to your left is one of the most largest teepees that I had ever been in. So you can imagine how hard that was to get the first line at the top of this. It was 15 feet high, so it was quite a large teepee. But again, the Bob says, perfect then your own handiwork in all that you produce with your own hands, working through the handiwork of God. So anybody who's an artist knows this. Anybody who wants to be an artist should really beseech God to help with every bit of their work. I don't know if you can see this one clearly. This is a moose hide, the largest moose hide ever. It's laying out in the snow because my niece tried to take a good picture of it in the house, but it was so large that she couldn't do it. So I just wanted to tell you a lovely story regarding this robe. This is a funeral blanket. So the feathers the whole hide lays over the coffin, and then all the feathers line up on both sides. And when my brother, the first brother that I lost, everybody was coming to visit his family. And because we had this large moose hide, I asked my mother if we could use it. And each family that came to offer their condolences placed a bead or a feather or some other object on both sides of this hide. And then they laid it over the coffin. And this was to honor his life. So this is a very, I had no idea until an elder arrived at the funeral and she told me, "How did you know how to make that?" I said, "I didn't." She said, "This is the way we used to do it for the hunters when they passed. We would put this over them." So when you're working with the arts, you should understand that there are people on the other side who were also artists, craftspeople, people who inspire the arts, and you can ask for their assistance, and they're there to help you. This is my dear friend. She's Inuit from the high Arctic. She made the most exquisite parka. She's not with us now. Yeah, her name is Mimi. And she understood about this business of perfection, of industry or crafts. So the Bob says again, then it would indeed be a handiwork of God, the help and peril, the self-subsisting. Waste not that which God created with your hands through your handiwork. Rather make manifest in them the perfection of industry or craft, be it large or mass product, or a small and retail one. For verily one who perfecteth his handiwork indeed attaineth certitude in the perfection of the handiwork of God with his own being. So if you would look at this beautiful parka, you would be so overjoyed. And perhaps that's another thing that artists are capable of doing in creating art. It lifts other people's spirits. It can make you happy. It can make you appreciate beauty. It can make you appreciate the craft of how something is made so perfectly. Again, here's another teepee. And I know that many of the youth in the northern part of Quebec make these teepees, and each one is made and painted according to the artist's whatever their taste might be. I think this one might have liked, maybe that's lightning, I'm not sure. On the right hand side is the interior of a birch bark canoe. And for people that don't know, this is one of the earliest forms of crafts for the indigenous people of this country. If anybody thinks that you can just go and buy a canoe made out of birch in these days, I'm sorry to say, but it's pretty hard because of the pollution. A lot of the birch is compromised. And in order to get a whole piece to make a canoe, it's very difficult. So I guess what I'm saying is that many of the people who craft these canoes are becoming, they're really becoming tested because of the unfavorable birch that they have. This is called Raven's Tail. It's a very, very fine weave, and it's made out of goat hair. And in order to acquire this wool from a goat, it's a mountain goat. So what you have to do is to walk up the mountain in late spring, around this time, and the goats rub themselves onto little trees to get rid of their winter coats, and they rub it off, and it's for you. So the people bring it back, they dye it, they make it into wool, into yarn, and then they make these beautiful, this here is actually a large shawl or a cape that's used for dancing. Does somebody want to give me a little rest from reading and read this beautiful quote from the Bob?
The Bob's book, Kitabi al-Asma, the Book of Names, carries this line of thought one stage further when in discussing the name of God, the most perfect. He points out that in trying to bring all things to a state of perfection, an artist or craftsman or any other human being is replicating the work of God, who brought into being the whole of creation in a state of perfection. The work of the human being becomes then a work of God.
I guess this is where Abdu'l-Baha and the Bob says that if we are to start something, we must complete it. We must complete what God wants us to complete. That's beautiful. Thank you. Somebody want to read this beautiful passage from Abdu'l-Baha, and then I will tell you about the piece of art.
Gary?
I will do it again, yes.
Thank you. You have such a lovely reading voice, Gary.
Make ye then a mighty effort, that the purity and sanctity which, above all else, are cherished by Abdu'l-Baha shall distinguish the people of Baha, that in every kind of excellence, the people of God shall surpass all other human beings, that both outwardly and inwardly they shall prove superior to the rest, that for purity, immaculency, refinement, and the preservation of health, they shall be the leaders, there shall be leaders in the vanguard of those who know, and that by their freedom from enslavement, their knowledge, their self-control, they shall be first among the pure, the free, and the wise.
Oh.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, Baha'u'llah. I love that, the last paragraph there, then, and that by their freedom from enslavement, their knowledge, their self-control, they shall be first amongst the pure, the free, and the wise. Yes. So anything that would create, it should be able to be distinguished by the people of Baha. So on your right is a limb of a palm. It's just one of those pieces of the palm that just lay on the beach and eventually just disintegrates. But it is such a beautiful piece of material to paint on because it just sucks the paint in. And so some of the children and I made these in Belize. Yeah, really holds the color well. So my understanding is that wherever you are as an artist, you cannot say, oh, I don't have this material. Oh, I don't have that material. Everywhere, everything that's around you has a capacity, as it said in some of the earlier passages from the Bob, it has capacity. So it's up to us earthlings to make sure that this capacity is found. Yes. So this is in the dead of winter. And it was at this time that, I was just thinking, what can I make to honor my brothers and sisters in Iran? And this is what I made. There's 9 poles there. And then I just took the red ribbon and splashed it across the snow. And this is what it created. Because this presentation is dedicated to all my sisters and brothers of Iran who have given up their lives for this cause. And that's it, dear friends. Now, how do I get back to my... It says you are screen sharing. Okay, there we go. Thank goodness I have my right-hand man here.
Kathy writes, what an uplifting and inspiring presentation. Thank you so much, Louise. Gary,
Thank-
what is it that you want to say? Gary, don't shake your head. Just
Uh,
talk.
it's so again, the whole connection. Like today, I took a walk today just for clarity, and I in my head today, it was to go and behold God's creation, and I was watching all of the little things. So two things. I mean, the presentation was phenomenal, but it struck chords me today because the piece that you read about. It was actually from selections of the writing of Abdul Baha. It's number 17. I love that quote about I just because I don't like to mess up the words. Where's that 17? To thank him for this, make ye a mighty effort and choose for yourselves a noble goal. I mean, this is part of my daily reading, number 17. And so when you read that, it was another confirmation. So today, so normally I always where my sister where I reside actually, there's always a turtle that I find and I rescue and put them back because the way they carved this neighborhood and put them back in the woods. And today I was walking and just happened to look down, and it was just one that didn't make it, and I took the shell. I'm gonna do something with the shell.
Oh,
So when you did the piece with the turtle, all of these things came because I always look for something, and I don't know what this is going to be, but something said, take this. And I did. It was just today that this happened. So there's so many connections because I go out and I look to fill my spirit with God's creation. So
right.
I thank you so much for this presentation. Thank you so very much. And
So-
the work is just otherworldly. And I see the spirit just moving through you in your presentation. And I just thank you for inspiration and so many other things. And I just, I can only say, Yah Baha'u'llah.
Yeah, Baha'u'llah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you. Thank you, brother.
You know, I would have never been able to thank you like how Gary did. That's why I asked first Gary to thank you. Uh, Louise, I don't know how to thank you. Really, words fail me, but it is so beautiful that you connected us to so many things in the nature that in so many years, if we would have thought about it, we could have not found that kind of a connection. Thank you. Thank you. That was a spiritual connection. Thank you so much.
Thank
Friends, if there is any comment, question, anything, Empire, you as well. So please feel free. Hi, Jane. Wonderful to see you. Welcome.
Thank you so much. This was so uplifting and so timely. Thank you so much. We lost a friend last week. There was a group called Ozark Mountain Daredevils, and one of the men who wrote Jackie Blue passed away. And he wrote his own, he didn't know he was dying, but I guess planned and wrote his own obituary.
Oh.
And it's with this, he said, therefore, in lieu of any memorial service or gathering of family and friends, I request that remembrance be observed individually by taking a long, slow, solitary walk through nature, like Garrett did today, and to embrace the gift of those moments as I would have, to feel the earth beneath your feet, to take in the fragrances in the air, to follow a cloud as it drifts across the sky, or dip a hand into a stream and treasure, even if for a brief few moments, the countless gifts in life. But here's the essential thing. Don't make that slow walk about me, make it about you. And I've been kind of immersed in his words today. So the synchronicity that Gary mentioned is the same kind of thing.
That's great.
Thanks.
That's wonderful. That's
Thank
great.
you, Jane. Appreciate it. Thank you.
I just wanted to finish off this evening with a poem. And it's a poem that I like to share with youth. And if anybody wants this poem, I will send it to them because I really enjoy working with youth. But I find that nowadays youth don't listen. They're plugged in or they're on their device. And so I'll just share this with you before I take my leave. It's called Listen. Listen to learn how to be quiet. Listen to learn how to be still. Listen to learn how to observe. Listen to learn how to listen. Listen to learn about the spirit. Listen to learn about the heart. Listen to learn about love. Listen to learn compassion. Listen to learn patience. Listen to learn about creation. Listen to learn about all living things. Listen to learn how to cry. Listen to learn how to laugh. Listen to learn empathy. Listen to learn how to imagine. Listen to learn how to be strong. Listen to learn about community.
Mm.
Listen to learn to be resilient. Listen to learn from your ancestors.
Mm.
Listen to learn how to be noble. Listen to learn. Listen to become. Listen.
Beautiful.
Well, that's at the core. That's at the core of art, and the practice of it is to listen to what the latest messengers of God have said about the arts. It's very important. And how things talk to you.
And I have what you were saying about the youth. So I have great nieces and nephews, ages 2 to 5, and they're all plugged in, tablets. They communicate in the same room with tablets. And so I'm talking to them, they're just communicating. And I just said, okay, all devices down. We're going outside. We're going all devices down. So I went and found sticks. Everyone found their own hiking stick from something that was discarded, a fallen tree or something. And we kind of doctored them up to fit their size. And we just went hiking, and I'm showing them anything that's just from nature, just talking to them. Do you know that's one of the first things they do now when they come over here? Uncle Gary, let's go for a walk. They grab their little sticks and just to discover just that whole thing. And it's not the games that they sit mindlessly on there and they're finding little things. And there's nothing, the wonderment in a child's eyes when they discover things. They look at something instead of just see passing by in a car, that they're out and they can touch it. It's a whole nother experience to watch that in their eyes. So that's how I get them to listen. And I'm able to have a conversation with them as we're walking. So that's how I engage them. So I say, any youth, invite them for a hike. Nope, phones, tablets, mute, all that's aside. We're just going outside and discover.
Yes.
So
Yes.
thank you for that too.
Yeah, for sure.
I do want a copy of that poem, please. Please.
Okay. I'll send it to Farouz and then she can send it out.
Thank you.
Okay. Wonderful.
It's not often that we have speakers like you, Louise. And that's why it is a real gift to us all.
Empire has his hand up, Feroz.
Empire. They told me he is not Empire, he's Empire. First of all, why don't you tell us how to pronounce your name? It's wonderful that you joined us. You know how much we miss you. Unmute.
Thank you. No, the name is Ampere, is French.
Empire.
Empire, Empire. Beautiful.
Empire, tell us where you're joining us.
I'm still in Kenya. I'm in the refugee camp for the things to go good.
Inshallah.
So today in the presentation, when with the quotation of the Bab and then the conclusion of Abdul Baha saying about perfection and perfection, you know, in Africa we have an excuse. We say that humanity is not perfect. We cannot attain perfection of things. But from what we saw with the quotation of the Bible about the paper and everything, I was thinking about marriage. I was thinking about marriage, and a question came in my mind, and I said, because today I have the you know, we have an artist who is doing the presentation, and then maybe I should ask, from the artist's point of view, how can marriage be perfect?
Your faith?
How can marriage be perfect?
Oh, well,
Difficult question.
You have to ask that from Bob, but it's okay. We will ask from Louise.
mute. Okay, unmute. Well, you know, it's like a beautiful gem. You receive the gem, it's not so shiny. Okay? And then you start to polish. This is what marriage is about.
And the polishing hurts sometimes.
But Pierre, you're too young to think about marriage.
Laureline, you don't know his age.
I can see that he's young.
How old are you, Ampere? 22.
I am no 31.
He's
okay. Okay, a bit older than I thought.
You see?
But still young.
Yes.
So are you from Zaire, Empire?
Yes, from
From Zaire, okay.
Okay, it is about polishing.
It's about polishing because, you know, but I think that Baha'u'llah has given us the perfect way is always to have an open consultation, because we're of two minds, but we are married. So our souls are married, but our minds and ways of thinking are probably a lot different. But pretty soon you start to see these blend. The strength of one becomes the strength of the other. The weakness of one becomes stronger with that other person. So to always keep it open so that you're learning from each other. I think that, don't you think that's fair, Bob? Maybe Bob wants to answer that too. But yeah, to just realize, you know, it is a sacred institution and you have to always pray for it. It's like a piece of beautiful art. You have to pray for it, work on it every day, and it's a work in progress. As an artist, I think it's like a work in progress. You know, I think, oh, okay, I'll just fix this part over here, and then this is gonna happen, and yeah.
Well, like the Bob said, you must bring your art up to perfection, and you know, its final state of of perfection is difficult, takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of skill to achieve. And I think Louise and I are still working on that perfection part. You know, but it's a process.
It is. And you know what's a beautiful thing about marriage is that it's not just on this earthly level. It's after this life. So, you know, the areas that you haven't been able to perfect in this world, you'll have a second chance. That's how I think about it anyway.
Ampere loved it.
Yeah, can can we have an example in nature where something combines perfection and strength to be perfect? I like to learn with examples.
Yeah. For
Coming together of two things in the nature and making each other perfect. Something like that, Ampere?
No, it can be even something that have qualities and default. I know I have to think in French and say in English, and then to combine all it's make it to attain its perfection.
well, how about if you just think of rain?
Okay.
What are the things which result in rain? You have to have the certain temperature. You have to have clouds full of moisture. You have to have all of these elements together before the rain falls. You're making it. C'est ça?
Yeah, the cycle of water in primary school. Thank you.
Are you know, if you think about it, the more you think about it, the more your mind is gonna start thinking, okay, like how does this work? How does that work? I think the thing is just to keep working at it together, realizing, you know, we're only human. God is the only force, I guess, that makes absolute perfection. But he's asking us to work towards perfection.
Gary has his hand up.
Hey, Gary.
I just wanted to say something to Ampere. Ampere, now that you are getting all these lessons from this fireside, you have to invite us for the wedding. Gary, don't laugh. So we know when the wedding is, and if it would be impossible for us to be there, we can be there by Zoom. Ampere, did you hear what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I just want to give you another beautiful clue. My husband and I were in the hardware store. We were building something, and I heard his wife saying, you know, she's not happy. And then finally she found something. And this beautiful man, he's from Vietnam, he said, happy wife, happy life.
Write that down.
So you can take that one.
Write that down, Ampere. Yes.
Happy life, happy life. Yeah.
Gary, go ahead.
I had two questions. I'm noticing this piece that you have on and Bob has on. It's this little triangle kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you curious?
Yes, I'm curious.
Okay.
And I have a follow-up for Empire.
Umpire.
Impere.
Okay.
Okay,
no,
yes.
no problem. Even empire, no problem.
No, I'd like to hear about that. Yes.
Okay. So in Canada, all across Canada, there is a campaign because since 2011, a young girl, a young woman, and her father decided to have this campaign to raise awareness It's a grassroots movement, and it's a movement. Yeah, here it is, the Moose Hide campaign. Maybe you could send that out. And it's a ceremony in solidarity for raising consciousness of our society about all of the murdered and missing women, Indigenous women in Canada. So today, before we came to the fireside this evening, Bob and I hosted a Moose Hide campaign here in our community. So we can send the link to you.
Please.
It's a really wonderful thing, and they have recorded many communities in their solidarity and different places. And Wakefield was the first place in Quebec, so we were pretty happy about that. We had about, what, 22 people, Bob?
25 or so, yeah.
Yeah, I know, it's really beautiful. And what they're trying to do is to help men regain their relationship in the family, to be the protector, be the guardian of women and children. So many, unfortunately, so many men have forgotten this important role that they play in the world. This is what they're trying to do.
Please forward the link. I would love to research that.
Sure.
And the other thing is perfection. You can just look at anything out. You could walk out your door right now and see how that grass is growing, see how that tree is. There is something perfect happening within that small space for it to be what it is.
Yeah.
Everything that it looks like, and we fail to realize that even in manure, it grows our food. So there are all these systems that are perfectly in place for things to be. And that's what when I go out from my spirit, I look to see that. And it made that discarded tree becomes a home for something. And it just feeds. It feeds, but it's all perfectly by perfect design. And then we don't have to go far. Look at our bodies, the function of our bodies, perfectly designed.
It's called the golden mean.
I wanted to welcome Alice. Alice, you're a little late, but we want to see your face. All the friends are here, Alice, and please stay till the end.
And for Rose, Olga is here from Russia also. Did you see Russia? Okay.
Yes, I just wanted to say that Olga has compared the marriage to the creation of a beautiful pearl. And
oh, beautiful.
Everything is in chat. Please read the chat.
Yes.
And Olga, thank you so much for sharing that. I really appreciate it.
Lovely.
I'm sorry, Louise, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
No, it's good. I was just happy that somebody was here from Russia. That's beautiful.
Yes. Yes. Olga, do you want to join us with your voice? Michaela, do you want to say something? Please go ahead.
Well, I was thinking specifically of what Ampere was asking about, bringing two elements together that create perfection, that create beauty and strength, I think were the two words you used. And I was thinking about a tapestry, because you have the warp threads, the vertical threads, which then are woven with the weft threads together, and separately they can't do anything. The weft threads are just loose, they're just there. The warp threads are, a ball of yarn. They're nothing until they come together, and it's how perfectly you weave those pieces together that creates strength and beauty.
Beautiful. Love it. Love that.
Any more comment or questions? I wanted to thank our friend from very, very far. Nargis Khanum, welcome, Malaysia.
Oh.
Yes. Any more comments? It's very interesting what Olga wrote in the chat. She said she's not able to read it for us, but it's a very beautiful concept. And if anyone would like to read it, please go ahead. We have 5 more minutes to get to our devotional. Alice, don't go too far. Louis, you know, it is so very important for the cultures to understand each other because respect comes through understanding. Do you have anything to say about that kind of a connection that different cultures could connect with each other with love and respect against all the differences? Unfortunately, the world outside right now is dictating something else, but we want to learn that clue, that little thing in order to be able to connect to other nature, other cultures, and to be loved and love them and to be one. Is there anything you would like to say about that?
Well, I think Baha'u'llah says it all. Our family is one. Humanity is one. And that's what has given us strength since the beginning of time. So yeah, one God, one religion, one people, please. And if we just treat each other as family, love each other as family, I think that will be contagious.
Right.
That's basically.
Thank you.
There are several people that are asking for this poem, and what I've done is I've sent the poem to Farouz. I sent it to you too, Gary, because you asked me for it first. And so I sent it to Farouz. So Farouz, if you would kindly send it to Tanya, to Rezvan, and there's a
I sent to my list,
okay,
the
okay,
main list.
okay, great, great.
Okay,
Thank you, thank
perfect.
you.
Jane, please go ahead.
Going to ask if it's possible that if you could share with us how the Baha'i faith found you. You've shared that your mother is still with us and
Yes.
that you were raised with nature and appreciation of it. Do you mind us asking or me asking?
Well, it's so interesting because this is the second time today that I have the opportunity to share that. I was attending another women's circle today, and they were talking about our relationship with nature. And of course, nature nurtures, okay? But growing up in nature, okay, nature, living in nature means you're working from morning to night. Okay, you have to get wood, you have to get water, you have to have shelter, you have to make your own clothes, you have to get your own food. You know, it's hard work. So I have so many wonderful friends that are so fascinated, you know, they've come out of their apartments and they say, "Oh my God, there's nature out here." So I can appreciate that. But at the same time, growing up, and I think I always remember and recall my grandmother's. She always has this little saying. She would say, "Whatever you need, it's around you." And I really I like to live by that principle. Whatever you need, not what you want, not what you covet, not what, you know, whatever you need, it's around you. So that really struck a chord with me. And somebody was asking me, you know, like, how did you find the Baha'i faith? Well, we had a wonderful pioneer who moved to the northern part of the Yukon. She was also She was indigenous as well from the southern part. And so it was very unusual for the South to move north to be amongst people. So she caused this curiosity. And I was very attracted to this woman because she was unlike any of the other women her age in our community. Like she believed in beauty. You know, she had her hair done nicely, her clothes were always pressed, you know. She wasn't the kind of woman that would show up in the post office with rollers in her hair, you know, and slippers on her feet. And so that really struck me. I guess I must have met her when I was about 11 years old. What was really striking to me is that when she came into the post office, first of all, she complimented me. She said, "So nice of you to do this. Come and get your mother's mail for her. She must be very busy. And for you to do this for her, that's very nice of you." Well, nobody would give me that compliment. And I was so touched by that. The other thing I noticed on occasion is that when she'd go to put her key, she'd lift her hand like this and put her key in the mailbox, I would see a little light. It was, you know, as a child, I could still see this kind of little light, little aura around her. She was very, very loving. And yeah, she taught me about Baha'u'llah. And she told me stories of the early days of the Baha'i faith. She told me about the early Babis, and that really went to my heart. But also my grandmother told me the story about the time at the end. She said, 2 very powerful medicine men are going to come to this world. And we're going to need 2, she said, to bring all of our family back together. She said, this one here is not as big as the other one. So what she was saying, she was making reference to the Bab and Baha'u'llah. She says, going to bring all of the family into one tent. I said, whoa, that's a pretty big tent. So that's when I was just a small girl. But she also inculcated in me the importance of daily prayer, continual prayer, actually. And whatever you need, it's around you.
Thank you, Jane, for asking this question. Don't go away because you have to say prayers.
Look
Thank you.
at this little canoe, you guys.
Wow.
It's just made out of scrap material. It's can teach your little nephews to make their little birch bark canoe. Lasts forever, as long as the dogs don't come around it. They'll chew on it. Well, friends, I'm sorry to say, but I have to go.
Olga says, what can you have to go, okay, what can you use the canoe for?
For on the river or on the lake, you paddle it. This canoe is so small, I use it to hold a former rock, which is now a crystal. I put it in there because I have a story about this crystal. And when I go to the schools, I take this with me and they think it's magic.
Louise, I know that I heard that you said you have to leave. First of all, thank you so much for accepting to be with us. Would you be able to say a prayer for your teacher and your grandma before you leave?
Yeah, I would love to do that. I love this prayer. And today, before we started our campaign, my husband read this for all the women in the world. And I love this. This is
Okay.
Well, it's not recent, but most recently translated from Abdul Baha.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Alice, Empire, Shaw, Dawn, Jane, and Holy Tara, friends, David, Roddy, thank you for coming. Please stay put. We want to have a session of prayers.
Okay.
Olga writes from Russia, this talk was inspiring. Loved the part about nature. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please go ahead and we'll start with you saying a prayer.
Okay, and I'd like to say this for all of those women whose lives have been taken and those that are still in harm's way across this country. O thou provider, O thou forgiver, a noble soul hath ascended unto the kingdom of reality and hastened from the mortal world of dust to the realm of everlasting glory. Exalt the station of this recently arrived guest, and attire this long-standing maidservant with a new and wondrous robe. O thou peerless Lord, grant thy forgiveness and tender care, so that this soul may be admitted into the retreats of thy mysteries and may become an intimate companion in the assemblage of splendors. Thou art the giver, the bestower, the ever-loving. Thou art the pardoner, the tender, the most powerful. Love to all of you.
Thank you, Bob, for helping. Thank you. And Louise, love you, love you, love you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Really, thank you. Thank you.
Aloha.
Alice, will you start with Amazing Grace, please?
Give me a minute here.
Why don't we go with Jane Frolish? Jane, go ahead, please.
I'm going to do an Apache wedding prayer for
Fantastic.
Wow.
Fantastic.
This is for Ophir. Now you will feel no rain, for each of you will be shelter for the other. Now you will feel no cold, for each of you will be warmth to the other. Now there will be no loneliness, for each of you will be companion to the other. Now you are two persons, but there is one life before you. Go now to your dwelling to enter into the days of your togetherness, and may your days be good and long upon the earth.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jane. Thank you. Alice, please go ahead.
I just want to give thanks before I sing this. Thanks for the Bob, Baha'u'llah, Abdul Baha, Shodi Afindi, and our greatest holy leaf, Behil Kanum. I just want to give thanks before God for providing us with space and the love for the world. And I want to give thanks for each person, for each love. And thank God that we recognize that we all need help. Give thanks. Amazing grace, the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieve. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. The Lord has promised, oh, good to me. His word, my hope, secure. He will my shield and portions be, as long as life endure. When we been there 10,000 years, bright shine as the sun. We know last day to sing God praise. Then when we first begin, praise God, praise God, praise God, praise God, praise God, praise God, praise God.
Thank you, Shu.
"上帝啊，望你振奋而畅快我的精神，净化我的心田，启发我的知能。
我将我的一切托付在你的手中，你是我的向导，我的庇护。我将不再忧愁悲伤，而会做一个快乐欢爽的真人。上帝啊，我将不再满怀焦虑，也不会让什么困难来烦扰我。人生不愉快的事情，我将不会记在心上。上帝啊，你对我比我对自己更为轻善。主啊，我立志为你献身尽瘁。阿卜杜巴。
Thank you, Shu. Tara, are you here? Can we see you, Tara? Thank you, Tara.
Allah
Allah, a long time no see.
I
Please.
missed you all.
you.
So sorry, I had kind of busy days and schedule. Sadly, I couldn't join to your beautiful program. I missed you all.
Thank you. Thank you for joining tonight. Please go ahead with your prayer.
I'm going to chant Hidden Words number 1 if by any chance you have the English version. به نام گوینده توانا ای صاحبان هوش و گوش اول سروش دوست این است ای بلبل معنوی جز در گلبن معانی جای مگزین وی هدهد سلیمانش جز در سبای جانان وطن مگی وی هدهد سلیمانش جز در سبای جانان وطن مگی و عنقای بقا جز در قاف وفا محل مپذیر و عنقای بقا جز در قاف وفا محل مپذیر این است مکان تو اگر بلا مکان بپر جان برپری و آهنگ مقام خود رایگان نمایی این است مکان تو اگر بلا مکان بپر جان برپری و آهنگ مقام خود رایگان نمایی
David, would you say a prayer, please?
I can, rather than saying a prayer, what I would like to say is the final paragraph of the Rizwan message. It has so inspired me being at the National Convention and the promise that the House of Justice gives us that angels will be with us during this year is very moving for me. Against the gloom of a stormy sky, how bright the light that gleams from your devoted efforts. Even as the tempest rages in the world, the havens that will shelter humanity are being built in countries, regions, and clusters. But there's much to do. Each national community has its own expectations for the progress to be made during this, the plan's opening phase. Time is passing. Beloved friends and promulgators of the divine teachings and champions of the blessed beauty, your efforts are needed now. Every advance made in the fleeting months before next Rizwan will better equip the community of the greatest name for what it must accomplish in the plan's second phase. May you be granted success. For this, we beseech the Sovereign Lord. For this, we implore his unfailing aid. For this, we entreat him to send forth his favored angels to assist each one of you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, David. So timely. Appreciate. Thank you. Empire?
E Bwana wa mbinguni, kwa magumu yetu tunajitolea kwako. E Bwana wa mbinguni, kwa magumu yetu tunajitolea kwako, pendoni, 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 pendoni mikononi mwako, wafanye watoto wa ufalme, waongoze ulimwengu, wafanye watoto wa ufalme, waongoze ulimwengu. Watoto hawa ni miche ndogo, wakuwe kwa rehema yako. Watoto hawa ni miche ndogo, wakuwe kwa neema yako. Pendoni, 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 pendoni mikononi mwako, pendoni, 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 pendoni mikononi mwako.
Gary, the last prayer. Gibby, it was very nice of you to stay with us. Thank you.
May I say a word to Empire?
Of course, Gary.
Est-ce qu'elle est partie?
Empire,
Empire, ta fiancée, elle est très chanceuse d'avoir quelqu'un avec cette voix. Et tu dégages tellement d'amour. Merci. Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
OK. Bonne nuit.
would you
Merci.
like to translate what you said, Gibby?
Empire can translate it. Go ahead, Empire.
Translating is not easy. He said that my fiance is very lucky. Yes.
To have someone. Continue.
To yeah. To so I'm trying to say to continue because anyways, let me continue. To have someone lovely. No, it is not easy to have someone lovely like me. Yeah.
Yes.
I will
Yes.
I will find her. I will find her next.
Well, Empire, if you haven't found her till now, we'll say prayers for you.
Yes.
Gary, Gibby, are you coming back with your French prayer book? Or are we finishing with Gary? Gary, please, go ahead.
Well, in light of what David just read, this popped into my heart when he was saying that. Fill our cups, Lord. We lift them up, Lord. Come and quench this thirsting in our souls. Bread from heaven, feed us till we want no more. Fill our cups, fill them up, and make us whole. Fill our cups, Lord. We lift them up, Lord. Come and quench this thirsting in our souls. Bread bread from heaven, feed us till we want no more. Fill our cups, fill them up, and make us whole. Fill our cups, fill them up, and make us whole. Fill our cups, fill them up, and make us whole. Yah, Yah, Yah,
What a blessing to have you all. Thank you very much for supporting this fireside. This fireside is the continuation of a fireside held by Mrs. Javid in Dundas, Hamilton. And she was the one who visited the Guardian. And it's a beautiful story. One of these days, I will share the story in our fireside. This is continuation of her work, which took close to 40, I think 50 years. I'm sure Michaela knows whom I'm talking about. Bless her heart and soul. Thank Esther, welcome. Thank you, Shu. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Nason. Thank you, Leslie. Manager Jun, Roya Jun, Nili Azizam, Diana. حالی تارای عزیزم واقعا حالی هستی. Dearest, dearest, dearest Alice, we adore you, Alice. Dr. Mugharibi Aziz, Kathy. Oh, Jiva, Mr. Jiva from London. Next time you have to say prayers for us. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Jiva.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Gary, you're lucky because we will finish our fireside this Thursday, but we will come back soon as long as you know that. تارای عزیزم قربان اون شکل ماه. ملی جون thank you. جناب طاهرزاده, thank you for being here. Michaela John, love you and have always loved you. Alice, keep me in your prayers. All of you, Roya Jun, Shu, all of you, Diana, ترانه خانم مهاجر، امپیر و نیسان جون، نیلی جون, all of you, thank you for creating such a beautiful atmosphere. Kathy, thank you. Alice, I love you, Alice.
I love all of you. We need to send out love to one another all the time. It's hard. We're going through a lot, every one of us. But remember, let us love one another and send that love of God out. And one of the things I've learned is when I'm feeling down, I just lost another friend on Friday. Funeral we had one on last Monday. A lot of stuff happening. But I go and play the fire tablet. And my spirit has said the fire tablet. I've said it for many years in this faith. Let's burn up the negativity. Let's just burn it up. With the fire tablet, we burning it up. The more you say it, the more you play it, the more negativity is taken out of this world. So when I think of how bad it is, I play the fire tablet. Sometimes I play it 2 or 3 times a day. And just send love out. Send the love. We need the love of God. If you can't love us, send Baha'u'llah love. You can't love us, send Abdul Baha love. You can't love us, send Shodi Affinity love. Behil Canoon love. The Bob love. Send that out if you can't send your own. And learn to give your love to the manifestation and receive his love. And you'll feel a lot more better about yourself. And you'll learn to love yourself.
Johnny Altman.
So thank you guys and love you, love you, love you.
Are we taking a break till September? What is the plan?
It's a very good question, Mr. Taherzadeh. I'm leaving to go away in about a few weeks. Unfortunately, I had to cancel my trip to Haifa, but I'm going away, and as soon as I come back, probably in July, I started in August. So by all means, I will send the invitations to you all, and please keep me in your prayers.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Love you all.
Love
Miss
you all.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Alice Azizam, Alice. Shoo, you got rid of me. So lucky.
Hello?
You don't need to say Chinese prayers 5 times a week.
Actually, I say a lot of prayer in English. I should say more Chinese prayer.
Yes, 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 yes.
So I heard, so we won't have it until September. Is
No,
this
no,
the last one?
this is the last one. Probably I'll be back at the end of July or somewhere at that time. We will start it again. I'll miss you all very much.
Can I show you something?
Sure. What, Gary? What?
We still have prayer jam every Friday night. You can put that in the thread if people want to come do devotionals. You can put that in the thread.
Friday night, Gary. Can you just put it right now, or do you need to?
Let me see if I can do it. Well, she's gonna show something.
Gary will wait. Gary will wait.
Okay.
This is.
Wow.
I saw the background you have on your screen.
Yes.
It's still working in progress, but it's very large.
You're painting that?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Sure, can you send it to me?
Oh.
I haven't finished.
When you're finished.
Huh?
When you're finished.
When I finish, I will share with you.
Wow.
It looks like a window. It looks like a window to your house.
You see, it's all the way to the ceiling.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow. Yeah, you see the pictures I use to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I show you something else.
Go ahead.
Oh my goodness. Huh?
Gary, put that on chat if you can.
Okay, I'm gonna do it right now.
This is Abdul Baha.
Yes.
Oh my God.
A tiny picture, black and white. This is a pastel with a little color. I painted 1999. I painted.
I thought you were born in 1999.
No.
I can't show you because I can't move my computer, but I have that painting of Abdul Baha.
You do?
You have this.
I don't know what's a duplicate or what, but I have it.
I live in Evanston, 1999.
Oh,
I painted the 3 house of worship.
Wow.
These are some other paintings.
Sure.
And this one, I tell people,
oh my goodness,
self-portrait when I'm 95 years old.
Wow. Incredible.
I love those portraits that you kind of breezed by. There are gorgeous faces, all those portraits.
Yeah,
and this one here, see, this is another very huge one.
Wow. That's
They are
wonderful.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
You know, the top on the, I don't know, left or right, the red prayer book is a hidden words,
Yeah.
gift from Ruhia Kanu.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I need
it's
that
in,
painting. I just love, we have a room at the Lou
it's in
Helen.
Chinese and English.
We have a room for Bahia Canoe at Lou Helen.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a room dedicated to her at Lou Helen.
Can I
And
see?
I also have a shrine in my bedroom. Bahia Canoe as an older lady and the young version of her. So I have my shrine of her. I'm in love with my greatest holy leaf.
Can I see that picture that you said is unfinished again? That is, it looks like you're looking out of the window.
Yeah, it's a commission. Someone took a photo, view of body. So
Wow.
That's what
what a gift. And we were just talking about
the idea is this large wall. It's almost the same size as this painting. So they're gonna put the painting there as if the window open up, you see the view.
Yes. Wow.
How can that be unfinished?
Yeah, when I finish, I will send it a photo.
It's looking.
I'll send it to you, Ampere. I will send it to you immediately. Friends, I would love to stay much longer, but I have to go.
I put it in the chat, by the way. I put the information in the chat, but then I'll send it to you again so you can put it in the thread.
Thank you so much, Feroz. I know how much work you put into organizing these wonderful talks. Each one are so great. I've been sharing with some of my Chinese seekers, but I most admire your people skill. You made everyone feel at home. Everyone is so welcome. It's just really great.
Thank you so much.
You have deeply,
in the South.
You bring your own inspiration and share it with us.
Yes, beautiful.
I'm nothing and nobody. Thank you for joining us. I don't
Did
see
you just say she's going to do an art presentation when you come back?
Absolutely, but I can't see your fireside, and I can't see your Friday night thing in chat. Who did
It's not. I put it in there, so I'll just send it to you, and if you could send it out,
sure,
that'll be easier.
Or someone
can see it, Gary.
Someone can take my email. Just jot my email down. Send me an email, and I'll send it right to you. That's my email right there. That's on the screen.
Gary.bullard2@icloud.com.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'll send it to you either way. There's a line of communication. But again, you said she's going to put on an arts presentation when we come back.
Absolutely.
Yes. I'm just bringing that home. That was just beautiful. Yes.
This will be the first fireside that we will start. So I'll send you an email.
Okay. Okay.
You see?
Thank you.
Thank you very much, فروزنده خانم.
فدات عزیزم. ملی جان, thank you so much.
دنیا ممنون.
Thank you.
Love you all. Allah pa.
I'm gonna miss all of you.
Love you, love you, love you.
Love you, love
Mr.
you.
Taherzadeh.
And Tara. Tara? Are you still there?
Tara left.
I see her name still there. Is she still there?
Tara, her name is there. That's right.
Did she leave?
No, her name is still here.
Okay. So there she goes. Did she just unmute it? Tara?
You call me? Yes.
Yes.
Did you? Yeah.
Are you still doing your Tuesday nights?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Can you please send me the information again, please?
For sure.
Okay.
And me as well, Tara June.
For sure. I can. Should I send it to them now?
Yeah,
You-
yeah, yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Wait a moment.
And if you could send it to me, because it's hard for me to always take things out, just send it directly to me and I'll pass it on as well too.
We're waiting, Tara John, for you to put it in chat. Neely June, thank you for joining us tonight. I don't know what happened.
Okay, did you still not get mine? I just sent it again.
Yes.
Okay, that's Friday night.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll put it on my Facebook immediately.
Okay.
Al showed me some portraits that look like pen and ink, very detailed, and they're made out of hair.
Wow.
It's an art form in China that she,
That's from
unbelievable.
my hometown. The hair embroidery museum is in my hometown. My art professor brought back. It was lost for hundreds of years, maybe
Really?
1,000 years, and he brought it back. I'll share with Firouz some of the pictures. Yeah.
You've sent me some and they're just breathtaking. I show them to people and they can't believe it.
Yes,
she had Barack Obama that was just.
Oh, yeah. I showed Barack Obama's photo, I mean the embroidery at a international art fair. You know, every single gallery came to my booth to look at it. They never saw anything like that before. But it's very slow. A small portrait take full time, like 2 months to do it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
But how incredible that your professor brought the art back. And that's like a lot of the indigenous teachings where there will be only one person that knows how to do one of these skills. And we always hope
it's in the writing. And you know, hair never go bad. You know, the region where I'm from, it's where the silk is produced, but because the weather is very damp, you know, humid, so the silk wouldn't last long. As you know, years goes by, they will be damaged, but the hair never. So these hair are on silk. Here, this is a black Obama.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's a hair as a thread, hair embroidery on silk.
Oh my goodness.
Mary, I'll send it to you because I have one of her screen grab of it from somewhere.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, now the person leading this institution, my art professor has passed away, was 1 year ahead of me in art school.
And so, as she said earlier tonight, we call on them to assist us on this side. Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful work. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Be well. Love you all. See you soon.
Oh, I see Tara's is in
Tara,
the.
what time is that? Thank you for the ID.
It's every Tuesday at 6 to 7 evening, like your time, California time.
Okay, so it would be 9 o'clock our time.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Eastern Standard 9, but for you is 6.
That's right. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Empire, did you hear that?
Oh, she's in California?
No.
Yeah, I heard. So it is 9.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, your time. Yeah.
So you're in
the time of Peru.
You're in California, Tara?
No, I said California time because everyone is. I'm in Vancouver. I'm in Canada, but
okay.
not Eastern. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. See you then. Love you all.
Bye. Good night, everyone.
Aloha.
Everyone.
See some of you tomorrow night.
Revoir.
See some of you tomorrow. Aloha.
Okay, aloha, Pa. Thank you. Thank you.